I've realized that nothing in life truly matters unless you take risks. Nothing. Nelson Mandela said there's no passion to be found in playing it safe or settling for a life less than what you're capable of living. In your journey through school, applying to colleges, choosing your major, and figuring out your future, I'm sure you've been told to have a backup plan. People often say, make sure you have something to fall back on. Dear, but I've never grasped that idea. If I'm going to fall, I don't want to fall back on anything. I want to fall forward. This way, at least I can see what I'm heading toward. Without consistency, you'll never reach the finish line. So pursue what you're passionate about. Take risks and don't fear failure. There's an old IQ test with 9 dots where you have to connect them with 5 lines without lifting your pencil. The only way to succeed is to think outside the box. Don't shy away from thinking creatively or from dreaming big. But remember, dreams without goals are just dreams. Reggie Jackson struck out 2,600 times in his career, the most in baseball history, but we don't dwell on those strikeouts. People remember the home runs. Fall forward. Thomas Edison failed 1,000 times before inventing the light bulb. Did you know that? I didn't either. Fall forward. Each failed experiment is a step closer to success. You must take risks, and I know you've heard that before, but I want to emphasize why it's vital. At some point in your life, you will fail. You will experience loss, embarrassment, and struggle with something, there's no doubt about it. This may not be the conventional message for a graduation ceremony, but I encourage you to embrace it because it's inevitable. In the acting industry, failure is commonplace. Early in my career, I auditioned for a Broadway musical role I thought was perfect for me, except for the fact that I can't sing. I didn't get the job, but here's the important part. I didn't quit. I didn't fall back. I walked out ready for the next audition, and the next, and the next. I prayed and prayed, but I continued to fail. It didn't matter because, as they say, if you hang around the barber shop long enough, sooner or later, you will get a haircut. You will catch a break, and I did. Last year, I performed in a play called Fences on Broadway. Here's the kicker, it was at the Court Theater, the same place where I had my first failed audition 30 years earlier. The point is that every graduate here today has the training and talent to succeed. But do you have the courage to fail? If you don't fail, you're not even trying. I'll say it again, if you don't fail, you're not even trying. To gain something you've never had, you must do something you've never done. Imagine yourself on your deathbed, surrounded by the ghosts of your unfulfilled potential, the ghosts of ideas you never pursued, talents you didn't use. They stand around you, angry and disappointed, saying, "We came to you because you could have brought us to life, and now we must go to the grave together." So, I ask you today, how many ghosts will surround your bed when your time comes? I just returned from South Africa, a beautiful country, but there are places there suffering from extreme poverty that need assistance. And Africa is just the beginning. The Middle East needs your help. Japan needs your help. Alabama needs your help. Tennessee, Louisiana, Philadelphia, they all need your support. The world has many needs, and we need it from you. We truly do. We need it from you young people. I might be getting a bit grayer, but it's you young people we depend on. Remember this, you need to put yourself out there and give everything you've got, your time, talent, prayers, or resources. What will you do with what you possess? I'm not talking about how much you have. Some of you are business majors, others theologians, nurses, sociologists. Some have money. Some have patience, kindness, love, or the gift of endurance. Whatever it is, what will you do with what you have? Now, here's my final point about failure. Sometimes, it's the best way to figure out your direction. Life will never follow a straight path. I began at Fordham University as a pre-med student and took a course called cardiac morphogenesis. I couldn't read it, pronounce it, or pass it. I then switched to pre-law, then journalism, but without a clear focus. My grades took a nosedive. I had a 1.8 GPA, and the university kindly suggested I take some time off. At 20, I hit my lowest point. Then, on March 27, 1975, while helping my mother in her beauty shop in Mount Vernon, I encountered an older woman considered an elder in the community. I didn't know her, but every time I glanced in the mirror, I noticed her watching me. She kept giving me these strange looks. Finally, she took the dryer off her head and said something I'll never forget. "Young man, I have a prophecy, a spiritual prophecy. You are destined to travel the world and speak to millions. In the years that followed, just as she predicted, I have traveled and spoken to millions through my films, millions who, until today, couldn't see me, and I couldn't see them. They could only see the movie. They couldn't see the real me. But I see the youth today, and I'm encouraged and strengthened by what I see. Taking risks isn't just about pursuing a job. It's about understanding what you know and what you don't know. It's about being open to people and ideas. The chances you take, the connections you make, the love you share, and the faith you hold, that's what will define you. Never be discouraged. Don't hold back. Give everything you've got, and when you stumble through life, remember this: fall forward.